Shalom. Giving all praise to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Dash. Peace to the holy elect of Israel. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and brethren at Great Millstone, all like-minded brothers who are teaching the truth all around the earth. This is your brother Atazwan Baya, bringing a quick lesson. I watched the brother in GMS Hawaii, brother in Hawaii, do a lesson on the Rfid Chip in Switzerland, and his recent one, which is Salakia, the one where he did Japan, right, on this IPO Goldex, okay, where the Japanese are going cashless, basically, okay, and this is the truth, man. You know, the scriptures have already told you that this thing was going to happen, and here it is. There is no. The only thing that hasn't happened is it hasn't been mandatory. You know, mandated. It's not mandatory at this particular time, but this thing is real, and you better believe it. Okay, so Lord willing, this lesson to be edifying to someone who watches. I'm just backing off of the brother's video, where he did a lesson on this, man. You know, and I'm just going to get into, you know, how do they come in, how do the people of the world, how do they come into these agreements to do these things, right? We know it's power from the left hand side of the Most High, okay? For these people who are running the world, right? Job 9:24, the wicked, okay? And we see through policy, government policy, you know, agreements made between governments, that they're basically pushing, herding the people of the world into a corner, all right? And when this is mandated, you know, then that's where the rubber's gonna meet the road, okay? So I'm not gonna belabor the point. I'll just get right into it. This is what's called, you know, a G20 summit. You know, they have this annually, and each member country that's a member, they host it every year. Excuse me, Slovakia. So, in looking at this, just a brief description of what it is, if there's a brother or sister out there who've never heard of this, okay, I think this has been going on ever since the 70s, okay, and it reads, what are the G20 summit and ministerial meetings? The G20 summit on financial markets and the world economy is held every year to discuss the critical issues affecting the global economy, and it brings together the members of the G7, which is France, the United States, the UK, Germany, Japan. See, it's just Japan right there, right? Ammonites, Italy, Canada, and the European Union, as well as Argentina, Australia, Brazil, China, India, Indonesia, Mexico, the Republic of Korea, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South America, and Turkey, listed in alphabetical order. The participating nations represent 80% of global gross domestic product. Okay? So these are the same people, you know, as we read in Revelations, that'll be the ones on the sidelines weeping and howling when this place goes down, right? But anyway, it says designated as the premier forum for international economic cooperation. At the Pittsburgh meeting in 2009, in recent years, the G20 summit has dealt with a wide range of issues facing the global community, including development, climate and energy, and what? Digital economy and employment, in addition to the world economy. Ministerial meetings discussing related themes are also held during the host year. So when they host it, they have an agenda, okay? And this is just a link on that page, and it tells you all the subject matters that they so-called discussed during those meetings for those years, okay? And you can go through each year and look at what was on the agenda for what their topic was. But that's just to say, man, that they all came together to decide on this thing, you know. That these countries are going to start rolling this thing out, man. Okay, now so-called America may be the last to do it, or who knows? They may be the first to make it mandatory. You don't know yet. You see. So anyway, we talk about the RFID chip. So let's read a little bit about it and see what it is for those who may not have taken the time to look it up. You hear the term all the time, the acronym all the time, but it's radio frequency identification. And it reads, the definition is uses electromagnetic fields to automatically identify track tags attached to objects. The RFID tag consists of a tiny radio transponder, a radio receiver, and transmitter. When triggered by an electromagnetic interrogation pulse from a nearby RFID reader device, the tag transmits digital data, usually an identifying inventory number, back to the reader. The number can be used to track inventory goods. Now remember, they looking at the people of the world. You're just a product, okay? That's why there's a number attached to you or attached to your name. You see? Let me jump down to this right here. It says, since RFID tags can be attached to cash, clothing, and possessions, or implanted in animals and people, the possibility of reading personally linked information without consent has raised serious privacy concerns. And you really don't have no privacy, so that's just put in there for the sheep. They try to make you think you have something that you don't, as far as they're concerned. Let me see here. Salaki, I gotta hold my phone while I do this. I would highlight it, but I don't have a way to set this phone down. I think pretty much that's all I wanted to get. Let me see. Putting RFID in passports, payments, yeah. Animal, human implantation. Biocompatible microchip implants that utilize RFID technology are being routinely implanted in humans. The first reported experiment with RFID implants was conducted by a British professor, cybernetics Kevin Warwick. It's a lot like Warlock, who had an RFID chip implanted in his arm by his general practitioner, George Bolus, in 1998. Okay. Well, you could go and read that. This is on Wikipedia. If you want to look it up, just go to RFID and it'll come up. I'm not going to read all of that because I don't want the lesson to be real long. But anyway, like I said, the brother Gabalia Howard went into this thing with this IPPO, Salakia. So let's just get a couple of quick scriptures and we'll be done. All right, just as a reminder, as always, keeping this in the forefront of your mind, man. Revelation 13:16, and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that with understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. That's 666. Numerical barcode volume. Okay. But it just goes to show you, that these things don't pop out of thin air, man. The wicked have been planning this for years upon years upon years upon years. Okay. It's Psalms 83, start at verse 1. A song of Psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silent, O power. Hold not thy peace. Be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. They make an agreement that they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Yep. These nations think that they're on top of everything, that they're the ones who's running this place. And There is no such thing as the Most High as far as they're concerned. That they're the Most High. You see, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Who is that? That's the Israelites, who are what? Scattered in all nations, right? We just read a list of 20 nations. And you best believe that there are remnants sprinkled throughout all those nations. All right? They have said, come and let us cut them off for being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacle of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah. See, and quiet is kept. You know, that's most of the nations we just read off in the G20 summit. You see? Quickly, this is Jeremiah. We started Jeremiah 49, verse 6. And afterward, I will bring again the captivity of the children of Ammon, saith the Lord, Yahweh. You see, who's in the forefront of Japan over there? Okay, now, as the brother said, IPPO in Japan. Wicked. See? Starting at verse 6 again. And afterward I will bring again the captivity of the children of Ammon, saith the Lord Yahweh. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman, as counsel perish from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. If great gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaming grapes? If these by night, they will destroy it. They will destroy it until they had enough. Right. They never get satisfied. You see, they'll leave nothing behind. They'll take everything of value and just destroy the place. That's Edom for you. Right? You can best believe they're the master plan behind all of these different, and they use nothing but acronyms, you know, like this. They have a G8, they have a G20, they have a CFR, which is, I can't even think of it now, Council of Foreign Relations, WHO, the WHO, World Health Organization, all these different acronyms, right? They're behind all of this, you see. All right, verse 10, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself, his seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Okay, so they have nothing but destruction coming to them. Let's read a little bit of Obadiah. Starting at verse 1, the vision of Obadiah, that said the Lord, power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, and the ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Yeah, Edom, you are greatly despised. You may be sitting on top right now, but you coming down. See? The pride of thine heart, right? Lifted up the head. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, right? Rome and what? USA. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. If these came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? Yep, that's them. They never get enough. If the great gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Yeah, even if you're a thief, you can't take everything with you. But when it comes to them, they're going to take it all. How art the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And we get it through the scriptures. Salakia. I'm using a different computer. His mine got busted, so This one is a little bit older and it kind of has a mind of its own. Salakia for that. Um, Verse 9, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Right? Their violence against us, the Israelites. Okay? And lastly, I think there was one thing I wanted to get out of here, and I'm trying to think what it was. Salakia. Yeah, here it is. Revelation 11, starting at 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Right? That's that third world's war. That's in the works. It's cooking up right now. All right? And the Lord is showing us signs of that. You know? Verse 15, and the seventh angel sounded, there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of our Salaki and of his Hamashiach, and he shall reign forever and ever. Right? Gonna take all these nations down. Okay? And the 24 elders which sat before the Most High on their seats fell upon their faces and worshiped the Most High, saying, we give thee thanks, O Lord, power almighty, which art and was and art to come, because thou hast taken to thee thy great power and hast reigned. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to be saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Okay? So that's what we got to look forward to. Lord willing, we make it. You know, the Lord is you know, going to give us that reward. Okay? And reward the wicked as well in the end for destroying the earth. All right? I'm in the lesson right there. Lord willing, it was edifying to anyone who watches the video. As I always say, please go back, you know, do you some reading, do you some studying, man, do some praying. Okay? I'm going to end right there, and I'll move on to the next one. All right? Shalom.